No, it's okay. Fall is coming. Fall is coming. Literally, this is how it goes. When I wake up in the morning, I look at my weather app and then basically it'll say, oh, it's going to be close to 90 again today in New York City. And then I just don't go out because absolutely not. Has anyone ever become a hermit just because of the weather? Because that's where I'm headed. So I realized that I actually have not done a favorites video in a couple months. I went back and looked at the last time I did a favorites video, and it was a June favorites video, and I realized that so much has changed since that video went up. If you guys are new here, thank you so much for finding me. My name is Cate the Great Beauty, and I do feature products that are only from brands that are vocally pro-choice. Everything I talk about today is going to be linked down below in the description box. Those are affiliate links, and if you shop through my links, it just means that I get a small commission, so thank you in advance. Okay, so I pulled together like my top cream of the crop favorites from the last 2 months. We're gonna start with skincare. I only have a couple skincare items and then get into makeup. So this cleansing balm from Glow Recipe, it is the Papaya Sorbet Enzyme Cleansing Balm. It is makeup melting and smoothing. This is the shit, okay? I completely forgot I had this. I had stored it away underneath my sink and I pulled it out a few weeks ago, and this has quickly become one of my favorite cleansing balms I've ever used. Reason being, first of all, the actual texture and shade of the product is gorgeous. And I know that's superficial as hell, but I don't care. I literally feel like I'm dipping into sorbet. But that's not the most important thing about this product. The most important thing is how it works. Not only does it do its job as a cleansing agent, it also really does smooth my skin. Like, my skin feels so nice and smooth and hydrated after cleansing. So this is what I've been using to double cleanse. And you can see I've made my way through about half of it, and I definitely think this is going to be a repurchase for me. Also, I cannot place a scent on this. You're probably like, Cate, it's papaya, and maybe it is, but it reminds me of some scent from my childhood, some very like comforting faint scent, and I don't know what it is. If anyone figures it out, please let me know. Okay, and then the other skincare product I want to mention is something that I think I've talked about before, but it deserves another shout out. This is the Versed Advanced Retinoid Eye Balm. This is my go-to eye cream. This is what I use day and night. I put this all over my under eye area as well as pat it into my lid. Never forget your lid. I love this because yes, it does have retinoid in it, which again, I'm gonna say if you're using an eye cream that doesn't have a retinoid, I feel like maybe you should be, because you're going to get more out of it. So there's that, but also it's super hydrating, which, you know, sometimes retinoids can be irritating. So also the price point for this is fantastic. It's below $20. I actually do get a lot of questions about eye creams. I don't know why that is. I think people just really struggle to find an eye cream that actually, well, that they feel like matters, that's making a difference. This I feel like is doing just that. I mean, you knew this was going to be in this video. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I did an entire dedicated video about this, so if you want to see something more in depth, you want to see me apply this, definitely go check that video out. I apply it in many different ways. Yes, this is indeed a fantastic dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. Again, I'm not going to belabor this because I did a whole video about it, but it really is just such a beautiful formula. This is the lightest shade, and I really want to say here that I know this looks really yellow and that like freaks some people out. They're like, oh, there's no way I could wear that. You got to go watch my video, because I'm telling you, once you blend it in, see, that's blended in. You can't even see any yellowness whatsoever. It just looks like this beautiful lit from within glow. I'm also a person who runs like very, very cool tone. You can probably tell. So anything that's yellow, even a little bit, really does not work for me. This damn bronzer is so good. Like, honestly, it's truly enraging. This is the Merit Bronze Balm. This bronzer is very special. Let me tell you why. I know we're all like bronzered out, right? Like, everyone is coming out with a cream bronzer. This is also kind of a weird time to launch this. I'm not gonna lie, like kind of moving out of summer, but you know what? Whatever, because this is like the dewiest, creamiest sheer buttriest bronzer I've truly ever used. And that's a bold statement because I love the Rare Beauty cream bronzers. I love the Say cream bronzer. The list goes on and on. This is so incredibly light. Like do you see how I barely even touched that to my skin. This blends out so flawlessly that it doesn't matter what you use. I've used my fingers. I use a sponge. I've used a buffing brush. Like literally you cannot go wrong with this bronzer. So if that sounds like it's up your alley, you better run, do not walk. I am obsessed with this. So I gotta talk about Salt New York. I did a dedicated video on this, so I will link those things down below if you want to check that out. If you're not familiar with Salt New York, I need you to get on top of it because these are some of the best cream products I have ever used. So today I am wearing a combination of rose and sunburnt. I'm gonna be honest with you, lately, like this is all I've been using. I just open up these palettes, go to town, and I'm done. Like it is just such an incredible brand. So those are the cream blushes, and they're also lip tints as well. Can we take a moment for the Salt New York Sneaky Balm? It is truly one of the most incredible second skin foundations, if not the most incredible that I've ever used. You have to go watch the video where I apply this because it really does go on so beautifully, and you have to believe me when I say that I have worn this in extreme heat. Like commuting in New York City, like sometimes it's probably around 110 degrees on the subway platform, like that kind of heat, it sweats off perfectly because you can't even really tell you're wearing it. So at the end of the day, it still looks natural is what I'm trying to say. Like I am a believer, okay? I am in the cult of Salt New York, all right? Also, can we just talk about how these are literally the most gorgeous palettes I ever did see. I always have a code with Salt New York. It is Cate the Great 10. It will get you 10% at checkout on top of other discounts. You can use the discounts together, which is awesome. Next up is a lip liner, and you guys know I'm not a huge lip liner person. I feel like these might be changing my tune. These Rare Beauty Kind Words lip liners are so incredibly comfortable. The only thing I wish was different about them is I wish that I actually could I wish they weren't self-sharpening. I don't love a self-sharpening situation. But that aside, everything else about this is perfection. This gives me exactly what I want. This gives me like a very plushious looking lip. Oftentimes I feel like with the liner, it gets a little dry. You know what I mean? It can get a little cakey apple witch up in there. So that's the lip liner I'm wearing, and this is the gloss combination I'm wearing. One is the new shade Sesame in the Tower 28 gloss, and the other is good old MAC lip gloss in the shade Cultured. I'm gonna tell you why I like these two formulas together. So I love the shade of the lip gloss. I'm gonna swatch it for you. Okay, so that is the MAC lip gloss in the shade Cultured. Oh, angry! The MAC lip gloss, as much as I love it, can be a little bit tacky, and I don't really gravitate toward that. So what I like to do is go in with this, and then over top, you could actually do it either way. You could go in with one or the other first, and then go over it with the Tower 28 to give my lips that like juicy, slippy feel. It's perfection. And the thing I love about using this combination as well is that the lip gloss actually gives a little more staying power to the Tower 28. So they kind of like, I guess, counteract each other, you could say. Okay, so next I want to talk about a matte lipstick I have fallen in love with. These are the Kind Words matte lipsticks from Rare Beauty. I pulled the shade Humble, which if you saw my recent video, this is actually a legit dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick. If you love a matte lip, but you don't love feeling like you have dry ass lips, this is going to be perfect for you. It goes on like a cream. It wears very, very comfortably for a matte lipstick, and I'm not a big matte lipstick person. That is never something I'm going to gravitate toward. These I feel differently about. Okay, and last but not least, this is a highlighter. This is the Merit Highlighting Balm. I think it's called the Day Glow Highlighting Balm in the shade Cava. I've been going back and forth between using this and the Salt New York highlighters. This just gives you a beautiful, balmy glass skin situation. So if you love a natural dewy cheek, but you don't like anything like shimmery, you want it to look really, really natural, this is going to be perfect for you. And I believe that Amanda Z was the one who compared this to the Glossier Halo Scope. They are very, very similar, but she did make the point that this is even more buttery and just goes on even easier. And I agree. I just want to literally bite into this. Is that weird? I'm going to put a little bit more on because why the hell not? Like what? I mean, come on, get out of here. It's so damn good. I definitely think I want to pick up another shade of this if it's not too deep for me, because that's how in love with this I am. Okay guys, so that was pretty quick and dirty. That wraps up my favorites from the last couple of months. I just want to say thank you guys so much for being like the most amazing community on YouTube. Really, your support has meant the world to me. Thank you to everyone who has become a member of my channel or has supported me through Patreon. However you've supported my channel, I can't thank you enough. What can I say? You guys are the best. Please stay safe out there and cheers till next time. Bye.